I am officially in Perth for the first time in 7 years. I just landed. It is currently nearly 10 o'clock local time in Perth. And it's like midnight in Sydney. Midnight in Sydney. Really weird seeing plane flights landing and taking off like in the middle of the night because I'm from Sydney, obviously, and we have a curfew. So pretty epic that Perth doesn't have one. But this airport is so much quieter than Sydney Airport. Granted, it is like very late at night right now, so totally expected. But yeah, just, you know, pretty empty. Having flown out of Singapore a lot at this time, Singapore airport's like 10 times busier than this. But of course, you know, that's Singapore. I wouldn't really expect that of Perth. Even though, so now I got to go and find the train. I brought a really inconvenient bag, not a roller bag, which means I have to actually carry it, which is really annoying, inconvenient, but that's how it is, I guess. It's all good. Now there's a flight you don't see every day, a flight from Port Hedland, code sharing with Singapore Airlines. They had just changed, but it had Singapore Airlines on it. Qatar Airlines too, that's crazy. All right, looks like the train station is just up ahead. I wonder how busy the train will be. Probably not very busy, given that there doesn't seem to be too many people even at the airport. Looks like I have one in 23 minutes, I think, which is quite a while, but that's okay. I think if I had been a bit faster, I would have made the train before it, but I was taking my own time. Half an hour frequencies aren't great, but that's okay. I forgive them. But yeah, no, it's a really nice airport. Perth Airport's actually so nice. I remember it from last time I was here, so I guess I should give... Nearly went the wrong way. I guess I should give some context. Yeah, so last time I was in Perth was 2017. My cousin and his wife lived here for a few years. Me and my grandparents and my brother came to visit them. Haven't been back since then. I would never have... Perth is one of those places I didn't really know when I'd come back to. So I wouldn't have guessed when or why. The when and the why, 7 years now, because it was April 2017. Why? There is a transport conference going on in Perth right now, which I'm pretty keen to be attending, not speaking or anything like that, because you know it's not like it's full of people who actually are trained in transport. I don't think I'm quite at that level yet to speak, but but I'm going to be attending for 3 days, which is pretty cool. And they put it in Perth for some reason, which I guess is cool. Very far away and expensive to get to though, but it's nice. It's a nice chance to at least come out this way, because I can't say I've come out this way in 7 years. Wow, look at that. That's the train bridge. I guess that's the one good thing about the train being in 23 minutes, is I can take my own sweet time getting there and talking to you guys. Otherwise, because if I was trying to make the one before it, I would have had to probably run, because that one would have been 7 minutes ago and I would have only just made that. So at least I get to kind of go a bit slow. God, the quality of my iPhone at night is not great though. This might just about be the biggest lift I've ever been in, which makes sense, of course, because... Oh, wait, I probably should press that. Which makes sense, of course, because, you know, people in suitcases are coming out. It's weird that there's only one button, though. It's just go. Not even, like, ground or one.
First floor.
And we'll get this side. There we go. Cool. All right, and completely empty up here, except those two people. Now it's completely empty. I mean, you know, it's nighttime, and Perth's a pretty small city. Perth only has like 2 million people. Pretty small city when you consider that's like the population of Western Sydney. But then like it's still the fourth biggest city in Australia. So it isn't tiny by any means. It's still a decently sized city, and like really happy that they built an airport line. I know it opened last year. I don't know when last year it opened, but or maybe it was the year before, but it's pretty recent, pretty new, and pretty keen to try it out. So I've never actually rode the trains. I've never rode the trains. I must be tired, sorry. I've never gone on the trains in Perth before, in Western Australia, because last time I was here in 2017, we kind of just took the car everywhere. Because as I've alluded to many times before, my family's very car dependent, so we just drove everywhere. And also my cousin lived in Byford, which is pretty far south, and I think it's kind of the place you you would drive. But yeah, so this will be my first time on the trains. I won't be taking it much because of the conference. I didn't plan any extra time to explore Perth, unfortunately, because I have exams on Saturday, but the exam shouldn't be too hard. That's why I was like, I probably have time to come to the conference. But with that said, I still don't want to like be leaving it too close. So I decided to just come back on the Thursday instead of adding an extra day and filming. And I couldn't go an extra day before because today was my uncle's birthday. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Point being, no exploring of Perth this time. Maybe I'll come back another time and explore it a bit more. Also, no proper video here because there's not really any time. Not bothered. I've made a conscious decision to mainly focus on Sydney on the channel now. So this will be just a very rough video that'll go on my old channel. It is a really long walk to the station. That's fine. Makes me really think that we are silly for complaining about the Western Sydney Airport metro, because it is definitely closer than this to the airport. This is quite a long walk. I don't mind, honestly, but because like I figure it's probably servicing more than one terminal. So I don't know that much about Perth, so I don't actually know the logistics. Like, is it servicing another terminal? I assume so. Anyway, here we are though, and I think I've taken about 7 minutes to walk here, so I should only have a 15-minute wait, which is honestly not that bad. And they have the flights up there, which is good. Perth Airport Central Station. Let's take a picture of that. Post it to Installator. That's beautiful. That's a good shot. And you guys can have a tour of the station with me. Like, this is my raw reaction to it. First impressions, quite nice, quite beautiful. Yeah, actually, this is a pretty good station. So here's something interesting. They force you to take the lift. They force you to take the lift if you have luggage. Okay, I hope the one in 2 minutes. High Wycombe. I think High Wycombe's at the end of the line, so that's not where I want to go. At least I hope not. Because if so, I'm screwing myself by standing around. I'm pretty sure High Wycombe is like going out away from the city. I'm like 90% sure here. Just taking pictures. You can take pictures while recording, so that's why I'm stopping the camera and then taking pictures. Yeah, there you go. It's beautiful. All right, let's go down. Something I forgot to consider is that I actually need to get a ticket to get on the train. So I'm gonna go down now and figure that out. I completely forgot about that somehow. Just blanked on that. I knew getting off the plane I would need to sort that out, but then this whole walk I forgot about it. But hey, there's still like 15 minutes to my train, so there's still plenty of time. I think there's 15 minutes. I mean, I don't know how long it's taken me since before, but yeah. Okay, come down the escalators and hallelujah, there is a ticket machine. So let's buy a ticket. So, let's have a look at this. So I've never, as I said, never been to Perth before. Seems you can travel for free on Sunday. It is actually Sunday today. So does that mean I can actually travel for free? Huh, I guess I can. Oh, but I don't have a Smart Rider card. And I don't really see the point of buying one. Or maybe I should, let me see. I don't even know how to. Oh, and they're having a railway shutdown here. Look at that, okay. All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna figure this out. You don't need to watch me figure this out. Bought my tickets. Time to get on the train. They're taunting me. It says this trip costs less with a Smart Rider. Now, I tried to get a Smart Rider. Oh, let's just take a photo of that first. That's beautiful. Look at that. That's amazing. That's gorgeous. It's actually quite a nice station. Like, I gotta give them credit. This is a beautiful station. It's a shame it's so empty, but like in all fairness, it is like 10 o'clock right now. Let's tap. Okay. Okay, wait. Let me figure this out. Okay, I think I was being dumb. I don't think you can tap those tickets, or at least I hope you can't. I think I don't think you can. I don't know if there's anything in them. So I think you just walk through the gates, or at least I hope so. Okay, but yeah. So as I was saying, Smart Rider. They're taunting me because I tried to buy a Smart Rider card because today's Sunday, so you get to travel free. But I tried to go into the info center, which is up there in green, and they're closed. Although there's someone in there, so like, I don't know the story behind that. But anyway, here we are at Perth Airport Central Station. Exceedingly quiet. Like, this is extremely quiet. Yeah. So here we are though. $5.20, so sad. Quite expensive. I do forget how cheap public transport is as a student, but I don't qualify as a student here. It seemed like I read it pretty quickly. I probably should have read it more accurately, but it seemed to say concession is like a senior thing here. But I'll have to double check. Anyway, so that's the train I'm taking, not for another 9 minutes. So even though I walked so slow, I think where do I change? This is something I need to work out. I think I change at Perth, I think, to get to. So basically I'm staying at Burswood for context. Let's have a look at the map. That might help me. So we are currently at Airport Central. We need to get to Burswood. Burswood is there. So it looks like we can change there? I don't know. I'll have a look on Google Maps to be sure. But I think it looks like you would change there, I feel like. Because I have this sneaking suspicion that maybe these trains don't stop every station. So, yeah. All right. Cool. Hi, Wickham. Was I saying hi, Wycombe before? No, I think I was saying Wickham. All right, cool. There's not much to show you guys. It's really empty. It's really quiet. So, would you look at that? It's the same color as the Sydney Metro sign. Different font, same color. I think it's maybe, no, I swear that's the same color. I'm tempted to say it's slightly different, but I swear it's the same. It is like there was only one other person on the platform right now, which is insane. Like, did no other planes land? I don't know, but that's Airport Central. It seems to be such a good train line too, because yeah, $5.20 ain't great, but like, given that that's like to get from here all the way to Burswood. Like, it's not like Sydney where you have that stupid station access fee. Like, it's actually pretty cheap compared to Sydney and Brisbane, and then Melbourne has this, it doesn't even have a train line, so it's actually doing the best out of the biggest 4 cities, and biggest 5 too, because Adelaide doesn't have a train to the airport. So it's got a train to the airport and it doesn't have a station access fee, which makes it the best airport link in the country, I guess, but kind of not really, because it's, I mean, it is good, but it's more just because the others are so bad. I don't know which direction the train's going to come from, but I'm going to assume there, since we live in Australia and trains usually go on the left, I assume it's going to come from there, and I will film it coming in. Maybe I can have some Perth B-roll footage, which would be great. Though I can't lie, I don't think I've ever actually talked about Perth on my channel, so I don't know if I even need to have B-roll of Perth. Maybe I'll start talking about Perth. I don't really have much to say about Perth. That's part of why I don't do videos about other cities, is like, I just know Sydney so well. I don't have that much to say about other cities. So, not like, and no hate on the other cities. Like, other cities are great, but I've just never lived in them, so I feel like it's better suited to the locals, you know. Leave Tate set to do Melbourne. What's the guy in Brisbane called? It's like, I can't remember. Rob or something? He does good Brisbane videos. You know, every city has their own YouTuber. They can do it there, you know. Walkabout with Rob. That's the channel I'm thinking about. That's a good Brisbane channel. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that. Another thing I have noticed, Philip Malice would love this map, because I believe it's him, correct me if I'm wrong, who says there's no need to have proposed lines on a train map. And this map doesn't have any, which is good. Because I admit, it doesn't actually tell commuters anything. Like, oh, the metro is going to be extended to Sydenham. That's great. That doesn't help me right now. It helps me in the future. Oh, the metro is going to be extended to Bankstown. That doesn't help me now. It helps me in the future. It's kind of like, here they don't have it because it's not important to the people that actually need the map, like me. Oh, they're building a train line to Morley. I don't care right now. I care as a train geek, but as a commuter, not a big deal. And they're not showing it. They're showing a bus there instead. So yeah. I just checked. I do indeed change at Perth. And then I get on the Armadale line to Burswood. I do not know Perth's rail network that well, so I'm a fraud. So I really did need Google Maps to help me out with that. Okay, 2 minutes till our train apparently. I don't know if you heard that. I think the train. I think I should get a seat on that, to be honest with you. But yeah, no. So Perth is one of the most isolated cities in the world. I think only Honolulu is more isolated. Perth is extremely isolated. It takes forever to get here. It took me like 5 hours from Sydney. which kind of like is, I think, the biggest part of Perth's identity is how far away it is from everything. I think that defines Perth, quite frankly. Although the fact that they all live right next to the beach also kind of defines it, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. All right, I will see you on the train. I was indeed right about the direction it is coming from, although, I mean, like, obviously, we live in Australia, obviously it's coming from there. One thing I noticed is that on the train signs it says how many cars. Although I think it does that in Sydney too, but I think I don't notice as much in Sydney because I'm like so used to the Sydney display. Here we go, here comes a train. I don't know what type of train this is. I don't know anything about Perth trains. Welcome to Perth. Trains. Welcome to Perth trains. Pretty small train. And the entire train fits on the platform. Oh, but there's like more on that side. I see now. Alright, let's get on. Push button. Here we are. Would like to sit down somewhere. I guess I'll just sit backwards. Here we go. Welcome to Perth. Welcome to Perth, guys. Those are the trains in Perth. They actually have like a linear map. I think we used to have that in Sydney, but our network got a bit too big probably. Bye bye airport. Bye. I just had my ticket checked. That is the quickest I've ever had my ticket checked anywhere. This is the first time I have ever been on a train in Perth and I got my ticket checked. That's crazy. I mean, I had my ticket, you saw me get it, but it's just still crazy. I didn't even think that would even happen. I just got the ticket because that's what I instinctively did. I didn't think there was a risk of getting checked. That's insane. That's crazy. Wow. There really, you would never see a train this quiet getting Opal checked in Sydney. It's like so empty. Like the train is so empty right now. There's like no one here. But like I am from Sydney, so I'm too used to really busy trains. It reminds me a lot of Melbourne, but of course it reminds me of Melbourne because it's like single. You probably saw the Opal checkers and sorry, not Opal checkers, the ticket inspectors in the previous shot. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's cool. It's always funky being on a single decker because obviously I'm from Sydney and we have all the double deckers. Other than the metro, this is obviously not a metro, right? Here we are at Redcliffe Station, I think. Also quite empty. But I mean, again, like it's 10 o'clock. But then the thing is, like, Sydney train stations, I should stop comparing to Sydney, I know, like this city has half the population. But yeah, every Sydney train station, actually that's not even true though. Only the busy train stations would still have people. Like if you were looking at Denniston or Como, yeah, they'd probably be this quiet as well, actually. But those are the quietest ones. Anyway, I should stop talking. I should tell you more about Perth. I don't have much to say about Perth yet, so I'll probably get back to you when there's actually a view out the window and it's not just tunnel, because right now it's tunnel. Stations that Perth has, that Sydney also has. Guildford Station. There is well, Burswood kind of sounds like Burwood. When I saw Success Hill, I thought it was Summerhill for a moment. Oh, Ashfield's like right next to it, yeah. Ashfield's another one. Oh, here we go, we're outdoors now. But I'm afraid it is like 10 o'clock here, so yeah, you can't really see anything. And I am taking a night flight back home, so yeah, we're never really going to see anything, unfortunately. What else? There's a showground station. So that's kind of like Hill Showground. I don't recognize anything else. Albin Grove kind of sounds like Auburn, I guess. But yeah, you can see the Yanchep extension there that just opened. I think it used to end at Joondalup and then was it Joondalup? I don't know where it used to end. Or maybe Butler. But they've now extended it to Yanchep, which is great. Sadly just enabling more urban sprawl, but you know what, like, it's fine, there's a market for it. If people want to live there, at least they get the trains to support it, right? It's better that way than having no trains. Obviously not ideal, but definitely could be worse. And there'll always be a market for it. No, I don't recognise anything else. Here's the next station, Bayswater. Again, very quiet. I think that's the bus interchange over there, which is pretty cool. I think. So you just get off the platform and then you go right to the bus. That's very nice. It's convenient. I think. Don't quote me on that. Sorry, I just realised I was super zoomed in for that shot. I didn't even realise. Yeah, that's Bayswater. I was still on 3x for that last shot. And we bye-bye Bayswater. I'm probably speaking really loud, so I should probably quieten it down a bit. Although I don't think there's a crime against talking. So, but you know, just being courteous, I guess. Average WA ad. Bro, that's great. I wonder if it works. Okay, this is visibly an older station. So I guess Bayswater, Redcliffe, and the Perth Central, and then of course High Wycombe must all be the new stations on the airport line. But like, see, I do know about the airport line. I have researched it, but I just don't remember. And that was, I don't know what bridge is that. Sorry. You can't really see anything, unfortunately, because it's nighttime. I've just checked Google Maps and I was wrong. Bayswater is an old station. I think they just upgraded it, so it kind of looks new. I think it's just Redcliffe, Airport Central, and High Wycombe are the new stations of the Airport Central line. So yeah, there you go. 3 new stations. I think they got more bang for their buck with that airport link than Sydney with the Western Sydney Airport Metro. But to be fair, I think that's the point. That's what the government were going for. The feds were like, we'll pay for half the line, so they chose the silliest route imaginable so they could get more of it paid for by the feds. That's my theory. That's what I've read as well, which I think is a very silly way to plan transport infrastructure, because the South West Rail Link would have been much more sensible to extend. But anyway, you already know my thoughts on that. So both the airport line and the Armadale line stop at Claysbrook and McIver. Sorry, I'm very close to the camera, but both lines stop at Claysbrook and McIver. So I'm trying to figure out why the Google Maps isn't letting me just transfer at Claysbrook. Why is it saying I have to transfer in Perth? I don't know. Because it's telling me go to Perth and transfer. Now I'm not going to take any risks. I'm just going to transfer at Perth because it's already nearly 11 o'clock and I kind of just want to get to my hotel. That is curious. I wonder why you have to go all the way to Perth to transfer. Let me know in the comments, I guess, because I really don't know. Here we are at Perth Station. Never been here before, obviously, because as I said, I've never taken the train in Perth before. And the first time I took a train in Perth, I got ticket inspected, so there you go. Extremely quiet, given this is their central station. But it's a Sunday at 11 o'clock with half the population of Sydney, more than half. So, understandable. Reminds me of Brisbane. You have to understand that every time I go to a quiet city, like a city smaller than Sydney, I always notice how quiet it is. Because obviously Sydney, busiest city in the country, I'm just kind of used to that. So it's not really, it's just what I'm used to. It's not like meant to be an insult or anything. More an observation, noticing how quiet other cities are compared to Sydney. But it is a nice station. It's not like superb, but it is nice. So I think I got to go here. It's platform 5, I believe. I checked. A 5-minute transfer is not bad at all. I am happy with that. That is good. One thing I'm noticing is that these train stations seem very... Oh, is it already here? Is that it? Oh, I guess it probably is. Well, why is it here already? Oh, no, maybe it's leaving? It's going so weirdly slow. Oh, this is a terminating station. Oh, we're on like the... I'm learning something new. Okay. These platforms don't run through, they terminate here. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm so used to Central in Sydney. Although, of course, Central has terminating platforms, but like, I don't usually use the terminating platforms. I guess I'm on a different model of train because this train looks very different. It's all transverse seating, kind of like the metro. And yeah, I got on the train and then those guys just got off. They are public transport inspectors, like the ticket inspectors. I've seen so many. This is like I've seen them, obviously the ones that actually checked me. And then there just seems to be, as I was saying earlier, there just seems to be so much staff everywhere, which is quite disproportionate to the number of passengers. I swear, not even joking, I have seen more staff than passengers in the last half an hour on these trains. Like there's some more inspectors, although they might be the ones that I already saw. I don't know. Like on the no, why would they be? Why would they be the ones that were on the other train? The presence of so many ticket inspectors makes me uncomfortable. Like, do there need to be that many? It makes me feel like the presence of ticket inspectors implies they think we're evading fares, and them thinking we're evading fares just makes me feel like just uncomfortable. It's like, oh, you're not paying your fare, I gotta make sure you're paying it. I don't really encounter that much in Sydney, but to be fair, maybe, I don't know, I don't see many ticket inspectors in Sydney. I've not gotten able to check that much, but like, I've seen so many ticket inspectors already, and it's like 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. That's a nice view. Sadly, there's a bit of a reflection. My phone does this weird reflection thing. I don't know how to deal with that. And that, I'm obviously looking through a window, so there's no like huge reflections appearing.
This train runs from Perth to Victoria Park, stopping at all stations, including Perth Station.
Okay, we are finally leaving. Yay. And just as that train's leaving too, so there you go. I'll get a nice shot of the train leaving the station. B-roll for if I ever talk about Perth, which I can't imagine needing to do, given I mostly do Sydney content, but who knows, maybe I'll need to talk about Perth one day, and it'll, you know, I can have this footage, and it'll inexplicably be nighttime. Oop, I'm tilting a bit, alright. Days like today, I totally understand why people drive everywhere. Like, I love trains, I love public transport, but it is taking me so long to get to my hotel. If I just took a taxi, it would have been so much faster. But it's not always about travel time, I guess. You know, you save money, obviously. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Taking a taxi would have been tempting, because this is taking forever. But I really wanted to check out the Perth train, and I don't ever take the taxi anywhere. I don't think I've ever taken a taxi in Australia. I've taken Ubers, but not very often. So yeah, I wouldn't want to waste money on that. Maybe there was a bus. No, there was no bus. I checked. There's no bus. So yeah, just got to deal with it. But we are now back at Claresbrook. There you go, Claresbrook. To be clear, I have no idea what that is. I'm just filming it because it looks cool. I assume that's Perth Stadium on the left, appearing now. And I assume that is just a bridge to Perth Stadium. That looks cool. It would probably look a hell of a lot cooler during the day though. More ticket inspectors. They are literally everywhere. Those are ticket inspectors, right? Like, unless... No, yeah, surely, right? Like, surely they all wear the same uniform. That's crazy. They're actually everywhere in this city. Bye-bye, train. Bye. There it goes. Leaving. Such a small train too. It's like, that was 3 cars, right? Alright. I'm at Burswood now. And this is where I leave you. It is time for me to walk to my hotel. I've got to figure out how to get out of this station. Oh, it's that way. I was going the wrong way. Damn, is it a level crossing? Wow, a level crossing this close to the city. Nice to see some TOD. Oh, is that a hotel? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is Burswood. Like Burwood, but actually nothing like Burwood. This is much, much quieter than Burwood would be at this time in Sydney. It's a car park. Unusual to see a car park at a station this close to the city. But again, this is Perth. I gotta stop comparing it to Sydney. All right, here we go. But yeah, thank you for tuning into my little vlog. Very informal, very casual, probably very long because I know how to talk and just never shut up. I think I cross here. But yeah, I will hopefully have fun at this conference, and I hope you guys just get a view of Burswood before we leave. The lights here, my iPhone does not handle nighttime shots well at all. All right, thank you for watching. Wish me a happy stay in Perth. Hopefully the conference goes well. Yeah, goodbye. Okay, I feel like I gotta give my thoughts on the Perth train system before I go. So I guess I baited you there for a moment. I've done that in past videos before, like pretend it's over and then I actually keep talking. And yeah, I know it's super dark, but I don't really want to keep filming where I'm walking because it's not very interesting. Anyway, what was I saying? I've now lost my train of thought. Yeah, that's right, trains. There you go. Yeah, the Perth train seemed pretty good. The airport line was amazing, looked beautiful. Perth Central seemed all right. It was just very quiet, and it reminded me a lot of Brisbane, because Brisbane was also a really quiet system. But I can't really, let me check how to go, sorry. I can't really fault them because they're a small city. And I feel like for what Perth is, their train network is pretty good. Like, given they are a very suburban city, in Australia too, which doesn't have the best public transport, they do pretty well overall. And I think the airport line, all the rail extensions they're doing represents that Perth does care about their trains, even if they are pretty quiet at 10 o'clock at night, which, to be fair, 10 o'clock at night's pretty late, but like there was like no one on any of the trains. But who knows, that might change over the years with all this investment, with the free Sundays and things like that. And also, God, there are so many ticket inspectors. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But otherwise, yeah, rate it highly. Yeah, that's all. I'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in to my little impromptu, impulsive, very, very rough Perth vlog.